Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yeah, we're talking about a mining story today and logistics for mining, which probably a lot of people don't think about, but this is pretty important stuff if you're, several hundred feet or thousands of feet down below the surface. So let's talk about it. It's kind of cool.
Before we get into it, just a reminder, if you're new to the channel, we broadcast twice a day, 7 a.m. and 1 p.m., Monday through Saturday. We don't do anything on the Sabbath.
Yeah, Monday through it's at 7 and 1. Is that now
Pacific time?
Pacific time, still Pacific time. So,
Yep.
Okay.
All right, engineers discovered that falling rainwater can unexpectedly reverse airflow deep underground, solving a mystery with important implications for mine safety. Operating a facility deep underground means constantly managing two essential challenges: air and water. Fresh air must circulate through tunnels and shafts to keep people safe, while groundwater from rainfall and underground aquifers has to be collected and pumped back to the surface. At large underground sites, including mines and research facilities, entire engineering teams are dedicated to maintaining both systems. Would you like to know more?
So this is kind of interesting. When I was younger, my mom and dad took me on a trip, and we went. Well, the destination was Lake Tahoe area, but we took a side trip over to Virginia City, and we toured a couple of the mines that they had there. I don't know if they're still open or you can still do it, but when we went through it, you walk in the tunnel. It wasn't a shaft. It was these were tunnel mines, and above you there was black plastic, cradled by timbers and stuff, and you had special instructions not to touch the black plastic, because that's where they were using that black plastic to catch any water within the mountainside, and then any water that accumulated inside the mine. And if you touched it, it's like touching a tent, right? You touched it and it would probably develop a hole, and there would be a problem. And you could see where people had.
Was it the whole? Was it just in the ceiling or the whole walls?
Yeah, just draped over the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the water was being channeled out of. Now I don't know if it was in pipe. It's probably in pipes that were inside.
Got to be collected somehow.
Yeah, exactly. And getting out. And then there was probably, I don't remember at the time, but I'm going to assume that there was probably a pipe in there for airflow as well, to get air into the mine, like we're talking about here. So, all right, one such a facility is the Sanford Underground Research Facility, or SURF. Although mining operations no longer take place there, mining engineers remain critical to safely operating the vast network of underground tunnels and shafts. I don't know where that is.
What? You don't know what is?
Well, I don't know where that is. Sanford.
Oh, yeah. I don't know either. Jason Connaught, a mining engineer who has worked at SURF since 2019, oversees the facility's ventilation system. Not long after joining the team, he and his colleagues began noticing an unusual pattern during major rainstorms. Quote, "We noticed our fan would go haywire at the fifth shaft 5. Some areas would show reduced or even reversed airflow during large rain events," Connaught said.
Okay, yeah, reversed airflow is not. I don't think that's very good.
Right.
So, yeah, I need to deal with that. Under normal conditions, fresh air enters SURF through two main shafts before exiting through two separate exhaust shafts. One of those, known as 5 shaft, typically carries air out of the underground facility. During periods of heavy rainfall, however, the shaft also serves another purpose. Excess water is diverted down shaft 5 shaft into a deep underground pool before being pumped back to the surface later. So almost like what do they call it? Sewage ejection system that you might have in your house if you've got a basement or you're below the sewer line. Your sewage collects in a pump and a tank, and then it's pumped out to the main line. So same kind of. It's interesting.
Quote, at first, we didn't know what was going on with the airflow in large rain events, Connaught said. We could all see these airflow changes occurring throughout the underground. And we were like, why is this happening?
Huh. Finding the answer required better measurements. Engineers rely on data, but the team lacked enough information until Maestro airflow sensors were installed on the 2000 level to operate at an automated ventilation automated ventilation regulator. 2000, you think that was probably 2000 foot?
Yeah.
I bet
Yep.
so. Yeah. Pretty deep.
Earlier clues had already begun to emerge thanks to Steve Gabriel, a Spearfish High School science teacher,
Interesting.
and his students. They designed and installed a series of airflow monitors at SURF that captured an unusual event during a test of the shaft deluge system on the 4850 level.
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah.
Now approaching mile below the surface. That's pretty
Yeah.
deep. During especially heavy rain, water entering the facility can exceed the capacity of the underground pumping system. To prevent flooding, engineers send the extra water down 5 shaft into the D pool, much like an overflow spillway protects an overfilled dam. Okay.
The team suspected that this rushing column of water behaved like a giant syringe, forcing air through the underground ventilation network. It was a compelling idea, but they needed evidence.
Connaught searched the scientific literature and found reports describing the same effect in large municipal sewer systems. There you go. Those studies included fluid dynamics equations that explain the phenomenon.
Working with colleagues from South Dakota Mines, the team adapted those equations to match SURF's underground layout. The calculations closely matched the airflow changes they had observed.
Quote, when we added our numbers and parameters to the model, everything came out spot on, Connaught said. Going on with a quote, you would not think the weight of the water droplets could move so much air.
The findings extend beyond heavy rainstorms and could benefit underground facilities around the world. Quote, if there's ever a fire, mining engineers will sometimes turn a valve on up top and just dump water down the shaft. Knowing this can change the airflow is critical information for everyone. We tested this. We've seen it occur, Connaught said.
Because SURF serves as a science and engineering research facility, the engineering team had the time and resource to investigate a problem that might have gone unexplored at an active mine. Quote, this is not the kind of study you'd always have time to do in an operational mine, Connaught noted.
Connaught's research paper, Effects of Water Inflows on a Mine Ventilation System, a case study, was published in Mining, Metallurgy, and Exploration on May 29th of this year.
Interesting. Yeah, it's got to go somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's like the canary in the cage in the mine shaft deal. You know, if you take that little bird down there and if it keels over,
Yeah.
time to go to lunch.
Yep.
Take a lunch break. So same with water though, you know, I mean, could you imagine you're down in a shaft or a tunnel and
it comes to your ankles, then goes to your knees, then goes to your waist.
yeah, when do you leave? Time to go. You know, and where's it coming from? So anyway. Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.